When I first began thinking about gameplay and game making as a topic, I was unsure of what to expect. I entered BCM300 with very limited knowledge of the field, but I was open to exploring what games truly mean, what they communicate and how they engage and speak to players, and how they evolve over time and how they will evolve in the future. In examining these aspects of game making, it became important to approach the play experience from a different perspective. This is not simply a review of a game, but a critical exploration of its design process, my personal response, and the effectiveness of how it conveys its mechanics and themes to the player. Attempting to comprehend what a game is, the definition from the Week 1 lecture, What is a Game, struck a chord with me the most. It emphasised how games have friendly resemblances and function as a harmony between narrative components and structured systems. The Week 1 framework, which listed in essential components the game usually requires, felt like the most straightforward and useful in forming my knowledge, even though theorists like Ludwig Wittgenstein highlighted the significance of rules in defining games. I decided to start exploring this subject in a direct and approachable manner, focusing on Bohnanza to help solidify my comprehension while also interacting with more general ideas. I deliberately changed my perspective to examine Bohnanza more critically rather than viewing it as a merely light-hearted game. This required me to go beyond just enjoying the gameplay and instead focus on how I reacted to it, taking into account its themes, genre, and overarching goal. Bohnanza can be viewed from the standpoint of game studies as a structured system that uses interaction and constraint to produce meaning. The restrictions on hand orders and the requirement for trading are two examples of how the rules influence player behaviour. As a result, the game becomes a social experience where strategy and communication are equally crucial. The game creates interest through player interaction rather than depending on intricate mechanics or story, demonstrating how meaning in games frequently arises from connections between players rather than the game elements alone. Although the theme of bean farming may seem straightforward and playful, it actually symbolises more general concepts of resource exchange and management. Due to the space constraints and shifting opportunities, players must choose when to grow, trade, or harvest beans. This establishes a system where decision-making, negotiation, and timing are crucial. Despite the lack of a conventional plot, players' interactions create the game's own narrative as each transaction and choice adds to a changing experience that is influenced by both cooperation and rivalry. During week 2, myself and 3 of my classmates approached Bohnanza collectively, with no one fully understanding the rules at first. Rather than one expert teaching us the rest, we learned collaboratively. We were all shocked when we learned we couldn't reorganize our hands. Our perspective immediately changed from individual planning to group reliance as a result of that rule. To prevent planting undesired beans, we needed one another. This instance demonstrated how constraint leads to interaction. Dependency is purposefully created by that game design, and negotiation would be optional without that restriction, but it becomes necessary with it.